for you to learn to be better as an individual. And, you know, I believe that I've been getting a lot just nicer as an individual and just learning from my mistakes. I didn't hear anything about Somali Andy, but once again, I can't stop people from doing what they do. I can just control what I do. And, you know, I've been in a lot of situations that I've learned from, and it's made me a stronger human being, a better person. And that's all I can hope for, just to be a better person, you know. I lost a lot of money. It doesn't really matter. So the two things that I would have loved in the last 72 hours was a cigarette. Jesus, I wanted a cigarette. I was like, can I smoke a cigarette? And they were like, no. And I was like, that was the hardest thing. I was like, oh my gosh. Some guy in detention offered me a cigarette, and then we were like, no, I can't do that. Like, I can't have a cigarette in detention because, like, they could probably get me for a fucking cigarette. That was, like, the number one thing. I was like, my whole mind was just like, I really need a fucking cigarette right about now. And I couldn't. And then it made me realize, like, shit, man, I really got to stop smoking. The beer was, when we were finally at the airport, we did have a beer just to kind of be like, fuck, man, this is just nuts, like, you know. But I do think that, you know, Nepal's a beautiful place. Somebody mentioned it's good to know, you know, the countries that you're in, and to study up and being just, you know, a better human being. I will say that I do not feel that we were deported. I felt like we were asked to leave. That's basically it. We were asked to leave, and we've obliged. Basically, we obliged. We said it's okay. We'll go. If you want us to go, it's okay. I mean, and for me, it was just horrible because the whole time I was like, fuck, man. Like, I just was literally just walking from Monkey Mountain and just wanting to just explore the city. You know what I mean? But I mean, the video's there. You saw it. I really just didn't. My mind wasn't talking to Johns or whatever. I was literally just there, and that kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Everybody was nice when we met the higher-ups and things like that. I do believe that Nepal has very good relationships with America, and, you know, nobody... It was just kind of like one of those things where it's like, you know... I was just frustrated the whole time. That's all I can say. I didn't know why I was there. And no one would tell me why I was there. And then I know they saw the videos, and they were like, you're not even in the fucking videos. And I was just like, dude, like, why am I here? So. That's basically it. Yeah. I want to thank everybody who gave us support. I did not cry, but I was emotional. I will say that. Even now, just talking, like, I could cry now, just because it's just like all this fucking stress of not sleeping in the last 72 hours has just been very, very fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? I rarely ever, like, I don't cry, but the boss over at kick.com, we let him know he was happy that we're all okay. So thank you to Eddie. I'm okay. Cry for content. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a it's a unique place. I really, really wish I would have been able to like walk to base camp in Everest to be able to see the views. It's something that's like a once in a lifetime opportunity that I don't think that I'll ever do. You know, I don't think that I ever want to go back. Even though, and this is something that Homeless didn't mention, the guy, before we were basically just like, get the hell on out of here, was like, you can come back to Nepal if you want. He did say that. And I was like, you know, in my head, I was like, I'm not coming back, but, you know, that's pretty cool. That he was like, you know, if you come back, at least you know. So we were like, we did ask, and like they basically said like if you wanted to come back, you could. So that was pretty cool of them. They were very, very, very understanding, but they just wanted to make sure, like, and check everything. You know what I mean? And I guess that's just what you do in an investigation. Once again, I do not feel that we were ever arrested or just detained as they were doing their investigation. I do think some of their laws are a little bit rough. Like the one guy that Homeless had mentioned in the video, he got caught smoking a joint, and he had to be in there for 24 days, which is insane. You know what I mean? I know that I have people that care about me, and I wanted to, you know, let them know, and we couldn't let our families know. Look at this guy, man. Come on, MAGA. Yeah, I love you too. Streaming's not easy. For anybody who thinks it's easy, you try it. You know what I mean? Like, we try to bring people content. I've had so many messages of people that have always messaged me and saying, thank you so much. I work all day. I come home and I can't wait to see a Suspended stream and just relax. I think the type of content that I do is basically like drinking and enjoying my life type content. I think that a lot of people understand that about me. Like, I enjoy to have a beer, I enjoy to drink. You know. Yeah, just basically a slice of life. I'm not the youngest guy of the group, you know what I mean? So, but the whole experience was very frustrating for me. That's all I can say. You know, at one point there was roaches, and like I just didn't even care. I was like, psh, just slapping roaches away with my hand. You know, I killed a roach that tried to bite me. I got him with a toothpaste. It was just insane, man. You know, I do want to apologize to all of the viewers. You know, my intentions was just to have a good time with my friends and to be able to bring you content, because I know that there's something magical that happens when I'm with Paul. You know, and I want to apologize to Riri, my fiance. You know, I love her to death. And that's basically it. Like, for letting you guys down. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the, I don't want to keep this video on going and going. I'm just basically gonna say, to be honest, I didn't know why I was there. I wasn't hitting on anyone. I was just minding my own business, although I was with a group of people. So, you know, guilty by association, even though like I wasn't actually not even near them. I didn't partake in any dances or anything like that, you know. Yeah, I love my girl. They took us to the hospital. It was so weird. They took us to the hospital, but we didn't have to do anything at the hospital. The doctor there just asked us some questions, and then that was it. Like that, it was so weird. The doctor asked me like, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Well, I have anxiety right now," like, you know. But they didn't give me any medicine for that. And I was like, "Well, can I have medicine for a headache?" And then the doctor gave me medicine for a headache, which was nice. But there was no like piss test or anything like that. Like, you know, none of us were drinking. Like, you know. Psych assessment. I think we were all pretty on point. You know. And all the police officers, they weren't stupid, like, you know what I mean? They probably deal with this a lot, like, you know, and it's just, I didn't want to, you know, it makes me think, like, sometimes when I act stupid, do I make America look bad? And I apologize to fellow Americans if, you know, if I made us look bad. Like, but to be honest, in this particular situation, I just wasn't doing anything, you know? Should I have opened my mouth and said something? I mean, I just don't even think I was paying attention, to be honest. I'm gonna take some time just to relax, get back to some messages. My phone's just been overwhelmed with support of people just like, what the fuck happened? Like, you didn't do anything and stuff like that. Just, I want to let people know that we're okay. Did you get tortured? No. Once again, like I said, the whole situation with the police, they treated us fair. That's all I can say. They treated us fair. We were never handcuffed. Once again, I don't believe we were ever arrested. We were just detained until they did all of the research that they needed to do. You know, at the end of the day, I believe, from what I understand, it's still kind of unclear because there was no one really spoke English. And the only time that there was ever really a translator was just when the embassy came over. The one lady, she was able to kind of tell us some stuff, but it was just basically like, from my understanding, you can't like talk to any girls in Nepal. You know what I mean? Like, you can't talk to anyone. Like, that's basically it. That's what I understood. Like, you can't basically talk to anyone. So yeah, that's you know what I mean? Like, that says something. I don't want to say too much other than I heard 18-2. That's all I can say. Just like the video says, you know what I mean? But I didn't ask for ID. I didn't ask for anything. I wasn't really even included into that whole conversation. I was kind of doing my own thing to the side. But there was a time when we were sitting down, and it was brought up. They were like, well, you know, you can't talk to anyone under 20. And I don't believe that's true of Nepal, although I'm not a judge on their laws. But I thought there was a point in time that it just didn't seem right at all. You know what I mean? I was like, well, I don't think that's right, but they wouldn't let us have any say at all. You know what I mean? And once again, I was one of the only people that was like, bring the girl in. She can clarify all of this. I mean, at the end of the day, I thought we were just all kind of kind. I mean, I said goodbye, you know. I mean, I wasn't even interacting with them at all. Like, yeah, it's clear on the video, I wasn't interacting with any of them, like, other than hello, I believe. And that's about it, you know. Yeah, I watched the video. guilty by association, but that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, that's just totally fucked up. Like, you know, I don't believe that's fair at all. Like, you know what I mean? That's fucked up. I don't think anybody would be happy with that, you know? And I don't believe that any of the officers there felt like I was there because I needed to be. Like, you know what I mean? And if anything, if the reason that they let us go is more likely because I didn't do shit, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone that was with us would argue that. I think that me being there, not doing shit, helped us. You know what I mean? Because I was literally like, why the fuck am I here? Like, I don't understand. Yeah, the articles are all bullshit. Like, you know, at the end of the day, people just like to write stuff. It's just stupid. Like, yeah, everybody who was watching, all of the viewers now, they know what the fuck happened, you know. I'm so over these articles. You guys know I don't even read Reddit and all these things. It's just, it's you can't get, I don't get sucked into that type of stuff. It's just, you know, at the end of the day, I believe that maybe they want me to stop streaming. But also, you know, some of the people that talk shit the most are like my biggest fans. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, they want me to stream. But I guess they just want me to be a less version of like, you know, who I was 2 years ago or whatever. But a lot of lessons have been learned since those days, you know. I believe, you know, through the years I've become a more intelligent streamer, learning from my mistakes, and just, I don't think that that's the most entertaining type of stream, but what can you do? Like, you know, I don't want to be a bad streamer. You know what I mean? Like, I like being a nice guy. I've always maintained I'm a nice guy. That's generally why when I meet people, I get along pretty well. Even with Sam, like you saw, like people were saying like me and Sam would never get along, and all the shit that happened between us prior. Like, I thought we got along really, really well. You know what I mean? I believe that I'm a pretty easy person to get along with. I think the major difference between me and me and the Homeless's raps is Homeless actually does like freestyle. And his freestyle is like pretty absurd, you know what I mean? Where it's like I've never really freestyled. I just do like written stuff, so it's like it actually sounds like music, you know what I mean? And so like when they were playing back his music, it was just so horrible. Like he'll even admit it. It was like it wasn't the greatest, and I was like, damn man, like I just kept on explaining to him. I was like, it's just music. Do you guys know who Eminem is? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's such a language barrier. I was like, he's rapping. I know it sounds like shit, like, whatever, but it is kind of music. Oh, I definitely learned, Mark D. I definitely learned, you know what I mean? This is a learning experience that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. Like, it definitely, has changed my view about streaming and the type of streams that I want to do in the future, you know. And if people don't like it, then they don't like it, and I might lose viewers or whatever. But, you know, this type of shit, it's just like, you know, even though I didn't do anything, you know what I mean? Like, once again, like, you know, just witnessing, like, you know, that, like, it just kind of sucks, you know. Yeah, I do. Jaffa man, I do dumb shit. I do dumb shit, but you know, that dumb shit needs to fucking end. Like, you know what I mean? The dumb shit definitely needs to end. People asking me about the Gucci suit, yeah, like, I don't know, what do you call it? Homeless didn't talk about it, but they wouldn't let us go back to the hotel. So they made us call the hotels and drop off all of our stuff at the police station because they just wanted to see us go. Like, that's basically it. They didn't deport us, but they wanted us to go. They were, in hindsight, they were more like, we want to protect Nepal and like the way people view it, and I totally understand that, you know what I mean? And it makes me think, no matter where I go, it's just back to that whole Japanese thing where me stupidly playing music on a train, like, it doesn't make these countries look good. Everything's a little bit of a learning lesson for me. But yeah, they made us call the hotel, and they brought my things, but I totally forgot that I did all of my clothes in the laundry. So I had to call them back and be like, I have no clothes. Like, I literally have no clothes. So they did come back, but they didn't bring my Gucci jacket. So I lost my Gucci jacket. But I didn't care. I was at the point where I was just like, I just want to go. Like, I just want to chill. Like, I want a cigarette. Like, that was the only thing I was like, I just want a cigarette. Like, I just, want to get out of here and just relax. I mean, I spent a good amount of money on the jacket. I definitely spent a lot of money on the jacket. Yeah, I have the pants. I have the shoes. I don't have the jacket. Anyway, I don't want to keep this this video up too long. I need some rest, but I will say I want to thank everybody from Nepal, especially the officers who treated us, graciously enough. They were just doing their jobs. I want to apologize to the Nepalian people if they thought that I, got a little bit overboard or whatever. A lot of learning lessons happened that day. No laws broken. Yeah, once again, and I will state for the record that I don't believe we were ever arrested. I thought we were detained as they did their investigation. There was a point in time that me and Harrison, we were like, shit, maybe, like, we were looking. I don't want to talk about it other than to say, like, I was like, I thought I was gonna get the fuck out of there because I literally didn't do anything, But I'm glad that we were all let go. And, I think at the end of the day, the one guy that Homeless talked about said that they just wanted to teach us a lesson, and the lesson definitely learned. Lesson definitely learned, and it will definitely affect the way that I stream in the future to be much more understanding of the countries and the things that we do, and just to have American pride, and it doesn't mean I can't get drunk. It just means don't act a fool. You know what I mean? Yeah, bless every single country. Every single country that I've been. This is like kind of a joke, but it's not. It's actually not. Like, people say this all the time, but like whenever I meet somebody, I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful country. Generally, everywhere I travel is a beautiful country. Whenever I meet the people from, like, when I was in Nepal, I was like, I like it here a lot. Like, I was literally only there for less than 24 hours, and I was like, I love Nepal. Like, it's a really, really beautiful country. Like, when we were on top of the Monkey Mountain, just looking at how sheer the size of Nepal was, it would have been an amazing place to explore. Thailand as well. Thailand's an amazing place. Japan, South Korea is an amazing place. All these places are very, very amazing, and I definitely think that if you have the time to go and travel, you should do it as well. Yeah, and people said that Riri saved my ass. I'm glad that I'm engaged, and I can't wait to get married to a beautiful woman. I'm very happy in that regard. It hasn't been easy, to tell you the truth, but Nice scumbag. Nobody's into that. You know that I've never been into that on my channel ever. You know that's not something that I ever believe in. So you know that. People that know me know that. Can't wait for the divorce. Come on, man. You should be congratulating us on our engagement. The one thing that really just gets me upset is the fact that I couldn't spend more time with Paul. You know, every time that I'm with Paul, I learn a lot about IRL streaming, how to be a better person while being a streamer. I know that he's learned from a lot of his past, and you know, I'm slowly becoming a better streamer myself. No, I don't want to talk about any other streamers other than to say, you know, I will say Sunny came, and it was a nice feeling to see somebody that we knew at the time. You know, and I thank Sunny for coming, saying hello. Paul called me, you know what I mean? Everybody on the trip messaged me, wishing us nothing but the best, you know what I mean? I just want to thank everybody, you know, for their support. And that's basically it. No, Sam also messaged me and wished me the best as well. And I'm sure that me and Sam will end up meeting each other again. These are great streamers, all of them. I mean, like, you know, Sam has done incredible numbers on this trip. He deserved it. He came out and did his own content. I mean, unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch it because I was doing my content as well, but he's been crushing it when it comes to viewers and things like that, so congratulations to Sam. You know, and everybody. Like, you know that I've never been a hater. Like, I've always wished other streamers the best, regardless if I get along with them or not. And you can ask Sam to say he'll tell you. Like, he doesn't even understand why I do it, but I do it. Like, I'm always just like, yo, man, like, we don't have to be friends, but I hope that, you know, you do okay, because streaming's already hard enough. And, you know, it's a very rare form of, like, IRL streaming is very difficult already. And so for anybody who does it, they understand how challenging it can be, how hard it is to make money, you know. Yeah, the block. I've changed a lot, man. You know what I mean? I used to not think when I streamed, and now I have to think about everything. You know, I have to think about everything. And it doesn't make it as fun, you know, but at the end of the day, I don't want to make people upset at me, you know what I mean? And I want people to know if they didn't like me, there's an opportunity of growth there for me to become a better streamer, you know, and learn from my mistakes. And I do realize the mistakes. That's the thing, like, you know what I mean? So. The one thing that I realized the most is I said this before, but, like, I'm not into drama streaming at all anymore. Like, you know, all that hate dono stuff like that, it really does put a hamper on your mental, and I've never really enjoyed that part of streaming. And I talked to Sam privately on this trip. I was like, you know, we had a little bit of time to talk. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time. I didn't even give out all the team jerseys. I feel so bad. I was watching Paul last night, and he was wearing the jerseys that I bought. So I'm glad that Paul was able to wear the shorts that I bought him, as well as the jersey that I bought him. So that's pretty cool. But I have a couple more jerseys that I wasn't able to give out to the team. Anyway, that's basically it. You know, just want everybody to know that it was a very frustrating time for me. I maintained my innocence the whole time, and eventually they just let us go. I mean, at the end of the day, I like, even though I wasn't a part of like the video clips of what they were looking at. I think, I mean, if you're asking me, I don't think it's a crime to just talk to somebody. There wasn't anything that was happening. Like, literally, I think people were just talking. Yes, I do understand now that, like, what you say in the conversations means something, and that's the takeaway. Like, you can't joke around about, like, wanting to marry somebody or something like that. That has to, obviously, because I'm engaged, I wasn't joking around when I asked my girl to marry me. And I do believe that people have learned what is okay to say and what is not. I mean, some places don't have freedom of speech, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah, it took me this long. Well, you know what? I mean, there's no manual on how to become a good streamer. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for 3 months, and it's absolutely, it's so difficult. It's really, really difficult. And I've been one of the very blessed ones with amazing growth on the platform of Kick. I want to say thank you to Kick.com for always supporting me, and all of the viewers that continuously, come and check me out. I mean, I'm almost at 20,000 viewers. It's a blessing, But now I understand why, like, Jake and Bake does the things that he does, and, it's safe, like, But, I don't like to drop other streamers' names, but, like, he has a wonderful relationship, I believe, and I believe that I can have a wonderful relationship as well and still continue to be a streamer, so. Anyway, that's about it. I haven't slept also in in a tremendous amount of time. I just haven't slept. To my girl Riri, I love you. I was messaging her myself, and yeah, I mean, I've been already kind of a normal streamer. Like, I don't, like, I know people don't like it. It's just one of those things where if I lose viewers because of it, well, it's just like, this is my job, like, what I mean? And I gave up a career of teaching English to do this, and it's got to be sustainable. And that's the maturity level in me, is that I just, it's one of those things where I can get drunk, but as long as I'm safe and doing, things the right way, then it should be fine, Yeah, I heard about the other guy. Well, once again, like I said, it's unfortunate about other streamers. I've only met him once. He seemed like a really nice guy. I have no idea about what other streamers have done. You guys know that I don't watch streaming. I just do it. Whenever I can watch streaming, I try, but I try not to watch too much because I don't want to be, like, into the world of streaming too much. I don't really have that much time to myself. So when I'm not streaming, I'm really just kind of clearing my mind of stuff like that. So I hope everybody in the streaming world is okay. I hope that Aiden Ross enjoyed his time in Japan. I'm not even sure if that's already finished with. I watched this clip on Instagram with him versus Eddie for like $600,000 on like some type of RuneScape match. That was insane. Like, what the fuck? $600,000 is insane. You know what I mean? I want to thank Paul for putting together the trip, and I wish I could have been a part of it longer, but it is what it is. Yeah, well, Aiden never leaves his bedroom. Maybe that's just the way it has to be. And if I did that, my numbers would probably be like 100 to 200. But you don't end up on LSF by staying at home, which is one of those things that it's another learning lesson. I don't believe that all press is good press, you know, even though people will argue that. Like, I do consider myself to be a nice guy, or at least I try to be. And if I'm not, then, you know, that's what I strive for. I'm not here in this world to make enemies, man. I'm here to make friends, you know, or at least acquaintances. I'm sure that I will, that I'll get to meet Paul. Reaction streams. People said that I would literally just be the best gambling streamer. Like, fucking Steak or Eddie, just give me a gambling fucking contract so I don't have to go and do IRL again. I could just literally be like, yo, let's go, 10,000 motherfucking dollars on this spin. You know what I mean? I would probably be the best fucking gamble streamer. Although, you should not gamble. You probably will lose all your money. But if you're going to gamble, gamble on stake.com. You know what I mean? Yeah, Scuff Roasting. By the way, shout out to Roasting. Those guys are working really, really hard over there. You know. Anyway, that's basically it. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am alive. I'm thankful that everyone is safe. And I want to thank everybody for just sending me messages and letting us know how they feel. And you guys are amazing. And yeah, this whole ordeal has definitely made me rethink like streaming in general, and just, you guys can see how tired I am. I've been going so hard ever since Paul went to Japan, and I've never taken a break. I've been trying to go 12 to 16 hours a day with like maybe one day break in a month, and people are always like, yo, take another day or something like that. And I've just been going hard, man. I've been going so hard. Some of it's been good, some of it's just been boring or whatever, but it's just like being with me, you know. And I've always maintained a pretty nice audience, just being able to just chat. And for anybody who remembers back in the day when I was on Twitch, I never even used to read chat, and now I've been a lot better. More John Tent. Nah, man, I have officially retired from John Tent since the day that I met my girl, and I'm really happy to say that. So, although it doesn't look like that because I'm tired, but I'm just very, very happy that, you know, it's funny the way that the world works. And yeah. Japan will always be there. I love Japan, you know. I own a house there, as you guys know. No, it wasn't jail. I mean, I guess you could call it jail, but it wasn't really. It was just a detaining facility. It was just, we were detained. Like, everybody who was there was just detained for a certain amount of time. Once again, like, we were never served any proper paperwork for, like, arrests. I mean, we were never asked to get lawyers, although the embassy did say, like, you know, they gave us a list of lawyers if we needed lawyers, you know, but it was never that, like, you know what I mean? It never got to that. I think everybody with cool heads. I mean, they got a lot of issues in countries, you know? Like, I mean, you have to understand, there's killers out there in this world, and there's drug dealers and things like that, like, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to defend anybody, but I'm just saying, like, you know, they're dealing with a lot. Those people deal with a lot, and big shout out to all of the law enforcement agencies in the world for doing their jobs and protecting us, you know. So they hated me. The lady didn't really understand what live streaming was, and you know, but she was very, very smart. And some of the things that she said, like, I totally understood. I don't know if the other guys, they definitely took it in, but basically what she was saying is, like, this world that we live in, IRL, like, you're not in it right now. This is reality. And I was like, yes, this is fucking reality right now. And she mentioned that, and like, you know, and I totally understood what she was saying. I was listening to everything that she was saying, and I want to thank her. And there was one other lady, I want to thank her as well for just being there. You know, all of the embassies around the world that help people, you know. So I think the solo sus going out is like a smart thing, you know what I mean? Now there's... So did you get fingerprinted? No. That's what I'm saying. Like, we were never arrested. We never got fingerprinted or anything. Like, you know what I mean? No fingerprints, none of that shit. Like, none of that. The beeping noises, the modem that I bought from Paul doesn't work. Paul, I don't think he's watching, but the modem that I bought isn't working. It's not charging. All it does is make this beeping noise. So I just spent like, I don't know, $100 or $200 on the modem, and it doesn't even fucking work. So whatever, you know. Sus is the Jonathan King. Those days are long gone, bro. Those days are long gone. And I'm happy to say that. Like, you know, honestly, I'm happy to say that. I don't think I was ever good with women. Talking to them, I was always very nervous. People used to message me, they're like, thank you so much because you make it seem like anybody can talk to somebody. You know, I'm very, very socially awkward. I think that's why I drink sometimes, to kind of loosen me up or whatever, but, you know, yeah, I've never been like a smooth person that when I'm talking to Johns. I mean, maybe that's why I watch Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Like, I try to like learn how to be like much more masculine and like, you know, this and that, and not care so much. But I don't know. I fucking wear my heart on my sleeve. People tell me that all the time. So. Yeah, what's up, Ibino? Top G. Anyway, you guys are catching me on the end of it. I need to just sleep. I want to take a break, you know. Once again, I want to thank everybody who's just supported me the whole time. I love you guys. You know, you make all of this possible through your donations and things like that. That I'm one of the lucky ones that do get to call this a career. And, you know, I want to keep it. Like, you know, I want to do it, but I want to do it safely, and I want to do it, you know, in a smart way. I guess that's what I can say. So, all right, guys, let me take the heck off. I will see you. I hope that the rest of the crew over there in Nepal have a wonderful trek up, you know, up to the base camp. Safe one as well. Everybody stay safe. I want to thank everybody, you know, who's followed me from my humble beginnings to now. Just want to thank you. Yeah, we can do a Paul raid. I can raid him. Let me figure that out real quick. Let me see if I can do that. I don't know if you guys will stick with me for that, but yeah, that's basically it. I thought I didn't do anything wrong, and you know, I was detained because I was a part of the little circle, but it's just unfortunate. Definitely a learning lesson that I will be carrying with me for the rest of my streaming career. For some reason, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why. It seems like I won't be able to host, but everybody can watch over there anyway. So you don't need me to host. Go check out my boy Ice Poseidon if he's still streaming. Vote for, root for them. Hopefully they have a very, very nice travel. To everybody there, Joel, Deepak, Paul. I don't know who else is in the group, but I hope them a very safe journey. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for this one, and I will see you on the next one. Definitely a smarter, you know, streamer who thinks a lot about the things and choices that he does before he does them, you know. All right, man, I'll check you out.